Hola, how are you doing,
Hi.
girlfriend?
Good. How are you?
Alrighty. So I hope you had a good week.
I did so far.
So far. Hey, we got the full package today. We
I
have
know, right?
legend, entertainer, educator, inspiration, and all around just an awesome person. She carries all the monikers, right?
Absolutely. And gorgeous. We got to add that on
Oh
there
yeah,
too.
well, that's a given. That's a given. I'm not going to sit there and say she's not. Of course, she's got it all. She's got it all, most definitely. And so, I'm really excited, because she's got a lot of stuff that's going on. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk
Yeah.
about. So let's go ahead and bring her on. Who do we have today, there, Miss Barbie Chick?
The legendary, beautiful, talented Dr. Patsy Torres.
Okay, let's roll that intro. It goes like this. Yay! Oh, let's get this
Yeah,
right.
make her big. Make her big.
Yeah, there you go.
Make me big.
Yeah, it's like there you go. Okay.
Hey,
Hey, how are you doing, Miss Patsy
Good.
Torres?
Hi.
So welcome. Hopefully you had a good weekend or a good week rather.
Yes.
It's coming up on this is mini Friday. you
Well,
know.
here in
Right.
San Antonio, we just got finished with Fiesta Week and Cinco de Mayo, and
Oh, that's right.
our city parties, and there's all kinds of. I do a lot of private parties too.
Oh
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot of, and I can't post those things because I made the mistake once to post a private thing, and people showed up to this private party,
Oh no.
and they're like, "I'm sorry, this is private," so
Oh,
I
no.
can't say anything.
yeah. And
Others.
you do it as Patsy and Patsy Klein. So
Yeah.
you kind of have a little bit of both. Real quickly, Norma Salazar, she says hello real quick, and
Hi,
then
Norma.
it's
Hi,
Tejano
Norma.
time. He says shout out from DFW. He had a really good interview with Pete Astudillo, and he's got some really good content. We need to
Oh,
get you
yeah,
over there
he's
so that way
good.
you can talk to him. Patricia Archuleta Fincher Mancini, which is a great name that I love saying all the time. Hi,
I
Lawrence
like
and Dio. Hi, Patsy. So beautiful and talented. You know what? She actually she takes her break to listen to us. So like
Aw.
she's at work, so
cool.
she gets out. That's why I love having her on here. It's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and Miss Geneva, she's here.
Geneva!
Mi amiga hermosa, looking
Oh,
amazing
mi
as
amiga.
always.
Mm.
You
She's my
know.
sister. She's my sister.
Yes. Norma Salazar says hello, Alda Luna, and she's also Patricia says hello, Barbie as
Hello,
well.
hello.
And then Alda Luna says saludos de DJ Bad Boy, Josh, and
Woo.
Oh, Tejano Up
from
Radio.
Tejano Up Radio. Hey guys, how's it going? I got to
Hi.
spend some time with them
Mhm.
at the Cinco de Mayo celebration over at Victoria, which is far from me. It took me like 11 hours to
That's
get there.
true from you. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
you, yes. For me, it took me two.
How was the road? How was the road going there?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, leaving San Angelo, like maybe 20 miles outside of San Angelo, we saw some the dirt was really rustling up. It was just going like 110 feet in the air.
Oh, real wind.
And I was like, you know what? No, that can't be. And I was like, you know what? I better call it in just in case.
Yeah.
So I called it in and I said, you know what? I think it looks like the formation of a funnel cloud. I'm not sure, but there's something over there. And I just left it. I called 911. I called it in, and then I just left it. And then we kept driving, and people were pulling over. People were actually pulling over and taking pictures and stuff.
Mhm.
10 minutes
right in
later,
front of it. It's like-
10 minutes later, my daughter calls me and she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "We're on the road." And she's like, "Because there's a tornado in your direction." And I was like, "Where?" And she told me it's like, okay, between Vic and Eola. And I was like, "Oh, we just passed it." And she's like, right there, right where I said it was going to be. That's where it was. So my hand to God, we are
Thank
saved.
you, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're so happy that we didn't have to deal with that. Irene
That's the thing
Vallejo,
about the road, right?
right? Yeah, Irene Herrera. She says saludos.
Hi, Irene.
Thank you so very much. And then it's Tejano time. We would love to have Miss Patsy Torres at our show.
Of
There you
course.
go. Of course, I'll go ahead and give you the information for you to go ahead and set that up because, of course, get some more exposure up there north because he's in the DFW area. That's where he's at.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So, always better to get out there, spread the word and everything else.
I want to get my band out there too.
Yeah, definitely. We're going back to Victoria Memorial Bash, says Aldeluna, and so are we, or at least we are, aren't we, Barbie Chick?
I'll be out there for sure at least one day. I can't promise the whole weekend.
I know it's so hard. And then, it's one of those things that it's really, really tough. And you know what, now that you said that, going up there, what we do need to do is we need to let people know, if you want your band to perform there, tell your promoter, tell your club owner, tell your person there, hey, bring them up here, because they're usually just fishing. They're usually just guessing. They bring the same bands over and over again because they don't know what you want. If you tell them, hey, this is what I want, guess what? They will bring them over because you've told them this is what we want to hear. That's how you get them over there. Hey, Bumper Gomez, how are you doing, brother?
Hey, Bumper.
Yeah. Hey, you did a great job interviewing Jennifer Pena yesterday. It was a long show. I wasn't able to stay for all of it. I usually try to comment, but you never read my comments anyway, Bumper. So.
Did Bumper tell you the thing, our little secret between Bumper and I?
Oh, it's a secret?
Uh-oh.
Well, it's kind of, we have history, put it that way.
Good history. Good history.
Good history. We have
good
history
for me,
too.
bad for him.
Oh. Oh no.
Bumper.
Yeah. Aldo Luna says alleged Miss Torres.
Well, we were talking about all the different stuff I do, and people say, why do you do this or that? And it's just when people ask me to do things, I just do it. Like the Patsy Cline, the whole that thing. Well, we have a famous comedian here in San Antonio, Cleto Rodriguez, and he put together this charity comedian show event, and he had all of us competing as comedians doing stand-up.
Oh wow.
And it was to raise money for this very worthwhile charity, Eagles Flight. Wonderful.
Oh, I love that.
I learned all about it, and I said, yeah, first I thought it was just like a performance, and he goes, oh no, you're going to compete.
Oh
you're
gosh.
going to compete against 7 other people, and you got to make people laugh, and whoever wins, you get a trophy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now it's a competition.
Oh my God. How did you do?
I won. So they're like, oh, she's a comedian now.
Right.
Add that to the list.
There you
go. I should have brought the trophy here for you. Maybe the trophy is gigantic.
Really? Oh my God.
It's so funny that just, funny because it's a comedian.
It's a comedian.
I can tell a joke.
See, you can. You already got it going.
Irene says our boys did Cat Paws show with Patsy, and so did Jojo Herrera. Bumper says Patsy is a beautiful and wonderful. She is a chingona and a doctor at that.
Dr.
Chingona. That's cool. I've never been asked to be. I mean, I'm just funny by nature because I'm funny looking, but
Well, I didn't know I was going to have to do that. When I said, yeah, I'll support it, and then Cleto comes back, and you're going to have 7 minutes of jokes.
7
and then
minutes
you're going
is a long time when you're nervous.
So I practiced with my husband because I was like, well, let's see how hard it's going to be. So I told him like, and it was at a church.
Oh no.
So, you got to be clean. I mean,
right.
But I thought I'm going to tell all these jokes about like church and the Bible and stuff. So I tell all these jokes and I go, okay, David, how long was that? He goes, 50 seconds. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's
7 minutes. But
that's hilarious.
Like 11.
Oh, that's good.
Because they had someone drop out the last minute, and I said, Cleto, mine's kind of turned out long. He goes, "That's fine. Go ahead, do it. We need the slot, the slot." And I was like, "Okay."
And
That's
you won.
cool. That is very, very cool. Loopy,
It was so fun. It was fun. It's, it's really funny to make people laugh. It
Yeah.
feels good. It's
Yes.
it's that same play. I can see where comedians, it's the same as with music, when you sing and you move people, and because with our music we can make people cry, we can make them excited, we can make them think of nostalgic, and with the comedian thing, making people laugh, you just talk about things that are simple, personal things, but they're like, yeah, that's funny, or funny things that happen to you, and
things that are
people love that.
relatable.
And I mixed
Relatable.
mine with music.
Mhm.
So that's the advantage I had.
And it's good medicine. Music and comedy is just good medicine for the soul, for our mental health. And, we need that as human beings. We need that.
It's another God-given gift. Those
Mhm.
comedians, what Cleto does, and like Fluffy's one of my favorite. I just love
Oh,
Fluffy.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
he
funny.
is so
Yeah.
hilarious, and he's clean.
Oh yeah.
He changes his voice, and he just shares those stories. But
Those eyes popped out sometimes.
and the voices, the way he
Yeah, the
changes his
voices.
voices,
Yeah.
just So I was thinking of him.
You channeled Fluffy.
Yeah, he's something else. He actually, I've met him and I've talked to him a couple of times, and he's actually the one that told me, because I asked him, how come you never do any jokes about politics? And he's like, when you do something about politics, you split your audience in half.
Yeah,
That's true.
And he doesn't want to split his audience in half. He wants to have it all. And that's why he never does any
Yes.
jokes about
He
politics.
has enough jokes about just his everyday life.
Life. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. He's hilarious. And when he goes to different countries and he does the accents, and
Yeah.
his experience.
Yeah.
And we all have those, we have those. I mean, that's stuff that happened to me in Turkey, in Italy, in the Philippines, all these
You
different
went to
things that
Japan
happen.
too, right? Japan. You
Yeah,
went to
Japan, also
Yeah.
China,
Yeah.
and stuff happened there that at the time it might have been kind of scary, but then you turn that into it being funny.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I have, I talk about a friend of mine from Japan who's, I buy, because, one of my cameras I bought from him from Japan, and I make this joke, that he's like, oh, Lorenz-san, you're gonna like this camera. It's gonna be good.
Camera.
But you know what? He doesn't talk that way. He's like, yo, bro, you're gonna love this camera, but it sounds so much better. I know it's racist as hell, but it sounds so much better when it's like, oh, Lorenz-san, because then it's like really, he's like a really Japanese dude. But it's just like when I talk about my black friend, he's like, yo, brother, what's up, man? And that's the way I want him to sound. But he's just like, hey, dude, how's it going? He's just a regular guy, but he's like, yo, I like chicken, and so, but it sounds funny. But and he knows that I do the joke, so as long as he's laughing, that's cool. Parker says, and Beeville. And so,
well, I think I told you at one of our interviews that I was made in Japan.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, you did. Yes.
That's why I brought up Japan.
Yeah, because I said that my dad wanted he wanted a Sony, but he got a girly.
Yeah.
See, you're natural. You're a natural comedian. I mean, that contest just boosted it out of you. That's all.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and to hear the people laughing, it was really fun.
I think also it's unexpected because people they have a perception sometimes. They have this one thing that who you are.
Yeah,
and,
you're just in this one category.
Right. They have a perception of who you are, and that's it. I know when I did this year's radio gala, and I was talking to people, and then I started laughing. People were like, oh my gosh, you really do laugh like that. And I was like, I mean, why would I not laugh like that? I guess they thought it was like I laugh differently in the show than I laugh in real life. And I was like, no, that's who I am. I'm really the same guy, but people just really, just were kind of taken aback by the fact that I really am this person. This is who I am 24/7.
But we really do change over the years because
Yes,
they
I
showed
believe
me
that.
some old interviews of me talking, and I spoke completely different. I was
Did you
like,
speak?
whoa.
Did you speak with an accent like you did in the Selena series?
Oh, no. And that girl was much older than I was at the
I know she.
time. And
See,
I wasn't wearing dresses, and my hair wasn't all like,
she, if the Selena series, for those of you that weren't
I
what I'm
know.
talking about, the Selena series that was on Netflix, she was the one
Mhm.
at the ones that she talking like this.
I know.
Mhm.
I never
And she had
sounded
the
like
big
that.
hair and everything. And she was like, oh, ahora mira la coño. I'm not going to tell you right now. It was
Were you
just-
a hot mess, Miss Patsy? You're a hot mess back then.
Oh, no, what it was, I just spoke so, I don't know how to describe it. It was how, I don't even know if I could imitate how I used to talk, but I used to kind of talk like, yes, so I did Tejano music, and I'm not like this. I spoke real kind of soft and just,
you were breathy, is what you were.
I
You were.
guess. But then once I started doing the school shows, I had to really use my diaphragm, because you're doing speeches over music,
Yeah.
so you have to really project.
Bumper
my
says
voice-
it's because you're a
My voice
doctor
got
now.
stronger.
Of course,
Well,
you speak different.
I think remember John Travolta, how his voice has changed?
Yeah.
Oh,
The way
yeah.
he used
Good
to
example.
talk,
That's a
and the
good
way he talks
example.
now.
Yeah.
The difference of the way I used to talk and the way I talk now. It's
Okay.
weird, but
Okay.
and it's not on purpose. I didn't even know it until Robert Rivas Radio. I think he's the one that showed it to me. But they said, look at this. I found this. And I was like, oh my gosh. I don't sound anything the same. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I wonder how I'll sound in another 20 years.
Yeah,
Hey,
Oh,
hi
Lord.
there. How you doing?
that it's just evolution of people. You slowly evolve.
Yeah.
Where you are and what you do. That also has a lot to do with who you are around. I know I didn't realize that I spoke with a really thick accent until when I was in the military. And the guys were like, sorry, Sarge, what? What were you saying? I was like, oh shit. I had to sit there.
Do you know
We
what's
were
really
just talking
what's
about
really
that.
making you realize it is like Alexa and Siri?
Hmm.
Because when you I like to use the vocal one, the little microphone, and just
Uh-huh.
I like to say it.
Hmm.
And there was a friend of mine, and she's gay, and we were going back and forth. I went, okie dokie. And then I checked it before I said it, and it said, okay, Dyke.
Nope, better not send that one.
I stopped it. I was like, oh my gosh, this phone.
The talk to text feature, yeah, you got to watch out with that. I've been
Oh,
caught up in
oh,
some stuff too.
And
with
there's
the
been
talk to
other
text.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
when I'm like making sure I have my reading glasses on and before
Yes.
I send it to read it. Yeah.
I know, because some people, they like, get. I'm like, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm not. I can't do the whole thing. Hello, you're doing a great entertainment. You have me laughing even when you talk like with your accent. Thank you very much. Bumper's like,
Thank you,
wow.
Ooh, man.
Yes,
My
that's funny.
sister was great at voices. She could have made a living of that. She could
Oh,
do
wow.
accents. She could change her voice. She was so great. I think growing up, because we did stuff like that, we would talk in accents and voices back and forth and entertain each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I lost her a while back. I miss her a lot, but she had the greatest command of changing her voice.
Was she
And
older or
could do
younger
any
than you?
accent. She could do an Irish accent, Scottish, English, Indian. I mean, anything. She could do it.
Oh, wow.
That's great. Yeah, I used to do. I did for a while there for about a year. I did the answering those answering calls. Back in the day when you would get those answering jingles for your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was the guy that was doing those. Those little quirky
Let me
things.
hear it.
Du-du-du. It's your buddy calling you.
Yeah,
It's your stupid friend calling you. You should have told him he wasn't your friend. Now he's calling you. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was.
Did you have
That
to
was
pay for that, right? Didn't you have to pay for those things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that gave me $25 each call, each one that I would do.
Oh wow, 25.
Yeah, so it was
Good for
$25 for each one.
you.
Oh my goodness, it's your friend. He's calling you. You know, and stuff like that. So
Oh.
that's. So,
That was good.
but that was what I would. I mean, it was work. It was, you know.
And
But
you
it-
enjoyed
But
that.
it's
I know
fun.
you
It's
did.
fun to change your voice, you know.
Mhm.
It's fun to do it, you know, freak
Yeah.
out people. And
But it was cool, you know, and I would do all kinds of weird stuff. They would ask me to do some, you know, people really they get stupid sometimes when some of their answering people. You know, I had one guy, he wanted pickles, and that is it. Yeah.
what do you mean he wanted pickles?
Yeah. I want some pickles.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have pickles?
Mm-mm.
Leave your message at the end of the beep, but I'm looking for pickles. You know, and stuff like that.
Oh
You know,
my god.
just weird people, you know.
Did you
Hot
charge more for
minivan
that?
mama. Hot
Ooh.
minivan mama was one of them that was just stuck out. You know, those are the ones that really stick out. The real question is, what is the doctor's skin regimen?
True.
She looks like she's
I've
25.
always said that about you. You have the most
Oh,
beautiful.
You look like you're
skin.
25 bumpers.
Thank you. Oh
Mhm,
my goodness.
mhm.
Hey, Randy Nav, how you doing, brother? Saludos. Thank you so very much for being here, brother.
Who's that?
Randy Nav.
Any nap?
Hi, Randy.
Randy Navarrete. Yeah. So what is the secret for is it
Yes,
ancient
we need to
Chinese secret?
know.
Remember that one? Ancient
Korean
Chinese secret.
skincare.
I
That's
know
the
a lot of
trending
those,
thing right
those
now.
Chinese jokes, but I can't say them on the air.
Yeah, that's not.
And they're funny too. Maybe I'll say 'em once we get off the air, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it when we get off there.
It's very special.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I just-
Irene says Patsy and David never aged. This is true.
Aw. Hi, Irene.
Hey,
Thank
Gavino, how are you
you.
doing? Hey, Patsy. It says Gavino Perez. How are you doing?
Hi, Gavino. See, Gavino and I, we go way back.
Yeah.
I met Gavino when he was in high school. I did a school show for his school.
that's
Oh, wow.
cool.
And that's how we met. And we just kept in touch. And then he got into the music and he got into promotions. And he's being nominated for all these different awards. And
Yeah,
he's doing great. He's a hard worker. He's
Yeah.
a good
I
person.
could tell.
That
I
was
see all his posts and everything. So yeah.
my other co-host Hilda Lamas. That's where she first saw you was at her school. She
Aw.
always talks about that. She's like, oh my gosh, Patsy, you know. And I was like, yeah.
Well, I think I told you before that was my passion. I
Mhm.
loved doing that. It's just the rewards for that, the letters I would get and the testimonials, and I'm still getting them every day. I
Mhm.
get them
Really?
from artists telling me, I saw you at my school and you inspired me, and that's why I'm here now. And these people and parents will come and tell me, oh, my kid saw you, or even people from Fiesta, Texas too.
Yeah.
They come up and said, oh, I danced with you when I was 5 years old. The 6 foot guy.
Thank you very much for bringing that up there, buddy. How about you just sit right back down there and don't talk no more, okay? You just go ahead and eat your pepper.
But you can't put a price on that when they do come up to you and they say you were my inspiration, my
Yeah.
motivation. I'm out here doing it now, and you see that you being in front of them at such a young, impressionable age shows them that there is a way for them in this industry, and look at them now, and that is super priceless. You can't put no price tag on that.
And I've always
know.
believed that because I was the oldest of 5 kids, and
Mhm.
my parents would always tell me, whatever you do, you say in front of the younger ones, you're setting an example. And I always kept that in my mind. And when I started becoming a celebrity, to where people knew who you were and they're watching you, and I felt that responsibility, like that I had to set an example. And when I signed with Bud Light, Bud Light signed me, but the thing is, I don't drink beer. I don't like beer, and I don't even drink beer. But they signed me anyway. And the posters they made, I didn't hold the beer. I'm singing with a mic, and they have the little logo in the bottom. But of course, they gave us all this free beer. They put a giant thing of beer iced in our bus, which the band members loved.
All right.
But I didn't drink one sip, and it wasn't anything against Bud Light. It was that I just don't like beer. I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
So I'm getting all these fan letters, and things going great. We're on tours. They're buying us all kinds of. They're spending money on posters, and it's great, and the money we're getting. But then I get this one letter, and this girl is telling me, "Oh, I love this, and you and your music, and blah blah blah." And I drink Bud Light, blah blah blah, and I'm 13 years old.
Oh.
13. And then it clicked, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
Mhm.
I didn't think about that, because they were thinking I drink Bud Light, and I was like, so I didn't renew the contract after that.
Yeah, that's a stop and realize moment. Yeah, wow. Wow.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
What a big impact. That's a big impact. And you have to realize that, being out in this industry, in the spotlight, and how long you've been in the industry is how much of an impact you can.
What you say, it's
Yeah.
the things you say, the way you dress, the way you act, the way you perform. They're watching everything.
Yes, they are.
When I was doing the school show, there's a part in the school show and the kids didn't even know it was me because I was dressed like a guy. And it's about a shooting, a drive-by shooting.
Oh, wow.
And I'm dressed in a hoodie and a cap and everything. So they think it's a guy, and I'm holding a gun. And I'm doing the Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, and all this. So I'm
Trigger, now he's dead.
Yeah, so I'm doing the story, and I had the gun, and at one point I used it to push my cap up because it was falling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always police at our shows, and he came up, he said, "Patsy, you can't do that. It looked like you wanted to shoot yourself.
Oh, wow.
And you'll be giving a message like to kill yourself."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa. So then I was always holding the gun down. I never, because that's the only time I did it. I was using it to push up my cap.
Yeah.
And I realized how important every move I did because the kids were watching.
Yeah, all eyes on you.
Yeah.
So you have to be
when I would hear these stars, and not Tejano stars, I'm talking about, usually they were rock and roll stars or hip hop stars saying like, "I'm not trying to be anyone's role model. That kids can do what they want, not me." No, they're watching you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take responsibility what you do and you say, and the message you give out. You have to.
Yeah, whatever you give out to the universe, you have to think about that. That's what's coming back to you, and it's also being, making an impression in people. And you never know if you're putting, bad stuff out, then it might make a bad impression in somebody, and it is.
It is. There's proof. Yeah. It's proof that a lot of this music that's out there is affecting the younger generation. They're taking lyrics to heart, and they're taking what these musicians say to heart.
Yeah.
Well, it's you have to understand the connotation. It's like taking offense, that the whole phrase in itself, that's exactly what it means. A person has taken offense from it. What your intention was has nothing to do with it. It is how that person perceives it. And it's, look at that kid, what's his name? Peso Pluma, not too long ago, where he was on an award show and he was touting one cartel as being better than the other cartel. The next thing you know, his life is in danger because the one that he was against, they put a hit out on him, and it was a very visible threat. And as a matter of fact, I don't know the whole entirety of it all. It's just that was something that really came to fruition when you asked for it. You want to run those circles, it's going to come back to you. It's going to be a part of you, and that's no way to live your life. You have to be the best person that you can possibly be.
Well, all
yourself.
adults are role models. Every adult is a role model. Kids are watching you, whether they're your kids, your kids' friends, your nieces, your nephews, just other or friends, kids that are friends. Like a lot of my friends that have kids, their kids look up to me. They're, I want to be a singer like you, and my nieces and stuff like that. And I have to take responsibility. I have to be responsible for the things I do and the things I say, not just on camera but in person, at an
Right.
autograph session, at a show afterwards.
Yeah.
In the immediacy as well, mom and dad is the name for God in the lips of children. It is in the immediacy as well. It's you are. I always tell people, first I am a father, then I am a teacher, then I can be a friend. But it's always those first.
That's true.
It, that does not change. My role has forever been laid out for me when I became a father. And those are the things that people sometimes they forget. Sometimes you don't want to be a father. Sometimes you don't want to be a husband. Sometimes you don't want to be a friend, but you cannot change who you are. You have to, you can, you will always be those things. You cannot change those things. It just the degree of how good you're going to be at those things.
Correct.
It's solely dependent on you. Whether you're going to still be a good dad or a bad dad, you still be a dad.
Still gonna be dad. Yeah.
It's up to you which one you're going to be. There's nothing you can do to change that. You're going to be one of the two.
Well, in my school shows, I had several different sections in the school shows. One of them was about honoring your parents. Another one was about peer pressure, about who are your friends and who aren't your friends. A big part of it was about drugs and gangs, and especially when I was touring Arizona. Arizona was much worse than Texas. Arizona had much worse gangs. In fact, we were sponsored by the Arizona Gang Task Force when we did toured the whole state of Arizona, major gangs. And I'm doing my preaching and everything, and we're getting through to these kids. So next thing I know, they tell me that some of these like the big gang members, not kids, adults, were showing up to see my concert. Like, how much of a threat is she? Because these big drug dealers, they were there at your last concert. How did they even get into a school?
Right.
Yeah.
How were they able to get in there? I did another school that most of the faculty were Satan worshipers.
Oh, wow.
And it was the craziest thing. You could feel it when you got there.
Did you say faculty?
Faculty. They
my goodness.
Satan worshipers. Because I was wondering, this school is so weird. It was a school in Arizona. I said, there's something weird about this school. And the kids were reacting really good. And at the end of every show, I would say, Jesus Christ is my savior. And the kids would always like scream, yay. And then the teachers would freak that I said it. But then when the kids screamed, yay, they would say, that's okay. Well, this one school, when I said, Jesus Christ is my savior, it was dead silent, like fear. The kids were like, scared to say anything.
Oh, wow.
And I looked around and I was like, what is going on here? And I said it again. I said, no, like, did they not hear me? And they started.
Say it again.
They started to react to it. And little did I know that those teachers, faculty were getting all angry, like, how dare, and they complained to the gang task force that, how can she come up and say that in our school? The kids came up and were thanking me, and other teachers. That's what I found out when the teachers came up and said, we have Satan worshipers here. And I was like,
that is so weird. Wow.
She goes, you cut them. So then they told me, well, because what happened, Patsy, can you not say that anymore at the rest of the concerts? And I was like, and so he told the other guy that was kind of like our road manager, they were all gang task force. These are officers. And he goes, well, they told me that for you not to say it. I was like, I'll think about it. Concert came, that time came, and Jesus is my savior.
That'll work.
And that school, the kids just roared, yay! And afterwards, the head guy that told me not to do it, he goes, I'm glad you did it. It's okay. Go ahead, keep doing it. I think he just freaked out because he hadn't gone to all the concerts and he was at the one with the Satan worshipers.
That's so weird.
But after that, and I've always done that. And I always put a spiritual gospel type song on all my albums since I have my own label. I always put one on there. I always mention God, and most of the songs I write, I can't help it. It just turns out like Vive. I mention God in Vive, con ganas. I have another one on the album called Desde mi primer aliento, which is all about God being with us since our first, since inception,
Mhm.
conception, and so all these other songs, and I've got more that I've written, that I'm probably just going to have to do another Christian album because I have too many. Every time I'm writing a
Good.
Christian song, there will be a line in there and I go, oh, this line is too good. I need to save this and just have it the name of another album. I mean, another song.
Another song, yeah.
Yeah, because it leads to another one.
Lucy Lopez says, I love the new music, sister.
Oh,
So,
thank
yeah,
you.
there you go.
Oh,
TD,
she's always wonderful.
TDK says, Q Indio, hello, Barbie Chicken. Saludos,
Hi,
Dr.
Chicken.
Patsy. You have inspired more people than you'll ever know. I tried to learn how to dance cumbia to your at Fiesta Texas
Fiesta.
shows.
Yes.
I'm still trying to learn.
Oh,
ITDK.
hey.
Really?
Where we get him from, I'll give him some private lessons.
There you go, brother. Hello, Indio. David Vela, Oakland is watching. Oakland is in the house. There you go. So thank you so very much for joining us, Dave. Yeah, no, that's it's still, permanence in your show, permanence, staying with who you are, being true to yourself, being true to your message. Having permanence in your show is definitely something that you have to adhere to. You cannot, that is part of your show. And granted, there are certain people that will get they will get, maybe irked or perturbed by it, but offended maybe. But one of the things is that there's like this misconception when it comes to spiritualism and stuff like that. Jesus was never taken out of school. There was never a law that said you couldn't pray in school. You can pray. Everybody can pray. There was never a law that said you cannot pray. Then God was never taken out of schools. It was always there. The only thing that was ever passed was that you cannot make someone else pray. But that is the true law of God. God gave us all freedom. He did not give us freedom to take other people's freedoms away. He gave us individual freedoms.
Well, God did that, but Jesus came and said, I want you to be the fisherman of man.
Yeah, fisherman of man, but that's not.
He wants us to go out and spread the word. And right now, during these times, the messages I've been getting is we need to build an army. We need to be warriors. There's spiritual warfare.
That's still not taking people's rights away.
Oh,
that is the way you lead people to God is by example. The only way to lead people to God is show them what God has one thing, love. God is one thing and one thing alone. It is love. That is the whole purpose behind him having the children on his lap. These are the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Because a child loves without condition. A child doesn't say, I love you if you give me a chocolate. A child doesn't say, I love you if you do. No, he loves you because he loves you. And that is what we need to learn. But how hard is that? How hard is it to be good to each other? How difficult is it to be nice to each other? How hard is it?
Sometimes not.
No, it is true. It is true. Because there's people that cut me off on the street. There's that lady that she turns her nose up at me at the grocery line. That think they're better than me. Those are the tough ones. But that's why pick up your cross and follow me. Carrying a cross is not easy. I mean, if
my experience with
Jesus fell carrying his, who are we not to think that we won't fall carrying ours?
I know. Well, my experience has been, and I know we discussed this before, that I lost a lot of loved ones.
Yes.
But they have shown me that they're still around. I have no doubt about life after death. They're still around. And also as a result, that God made the angels. Well, we have the enemy and he's got his army going on, and we have to fight that. So they're able to influence people. Sometimes it's just a little whisper in their ear, hey, Hey, why don't you tell them this? You know, like especially now with social media, people say the meanest
Oh
things.
yeah,
I
most
know.
definitely.
I'm,
I
I'm
know.
having,
Some
I
heinous
have,
stuff.
you know, I'm
Yeah.
mentoring a lot of girl singers, and they'll tell me how, oh, I got attacked by this other girl singer, and she's telling me I can't sing and get off the line, and another one saying you're too old to sing, telling this other girl that she's too old to
Mhm.
sing,
Yeah.
and you know they're attacking them for no reason. And this is just when there's that little voice, you know, these little things, they jump on you. I call them fleas,
Mm,
because they're like
Mhm.
fleas on you, and they're like, "Tss, tss, tss, hey, do this, do that."
yeah.
And if you do it, then they're like, ah, hey guys, come on, check this out. They're gonna do what I say. Hey, then hey, do this, do this. And the more that you listen to them, the more you do it, the more they get control of you. And that's the way I see it. But if you ignore them and say, hey, I'm not gonna do that, then they kind of give up on you. They'll keep
Mhm.
trying, but if you keep ignoring them and go, no. And I told that story to a classroom with kids, and they said, oh, so when's the first time you heard the voice?
Oh shit.
And I was thinking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I was like 5 that I remember. And then what happened? I said, well, I said, my grandmother was mad at me. And I remember I was so little, I was lower than her waist. And she was a little woman.
Hmm.
And she was mad at me, and she was at the sink washing dishes. And I peeked my head around the corner, and I looked at her, and I was so angry at her, and I was still kind of crying. I was like angry. And the angel voice said, go over there and say you're sorry. And I went, no.
Ah.
And it said, go say you're sorry. Go over there and hug her and say, Grandma, I'm sorry. I was like, no. And the other voice said, she's just gonna slap you again, or she's just gonna ignore you. And then and it was like, go say you're sorry. I'm like, no. So I I walked away.
Oh no.
I listened to the bad voice.
Oh well,
I was like, no.
we're
She's just gonna hit me again, and then you know I listened to the other, but that it was good. It was like two different voices telling me, and that happens to people.
well, the greatest, what is it? The greatest thing that the devil ever did was to convince people that he did not exist. And that's very, very true. And it's unfortunate because, you know, we all fall short of the glory, and we are all susceptible to division, we're all susceptible to influence, and we're all susceptible
Yeah,
to all things. And
temptation.
yeah, temptation. And so we should leave, move forward. But for me, it's like, um I wake up in the morning and I know I have a guardian angel, so I'm just like, hey, help me out, have a good day, you know have my guardian angel help me have a good day. We have, and I've said this before, as Native Americans, our traditionally our house is supposed to face the sun, because we walk toward the light, and we want to walk in the light. We want the bad things, the darkness, we want to leave it behind us. you
Mhm.
know we cannot we do not worry about tomorrow, because then you waste today. You cannot change yesterday because it's already done. So the best thing for you to do is leave it behind you and try to live today the best that you can. But to do that, you walk toward the light and try to be as good as you can today, be the best that you can today, and to live today in such a manner that if you were to die, it would be a good day to die, because you did the best you could today.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's just one day. If you do it today, then you can try to do it again tomorrow. If you
Right.
fail today, try harder tomorrow. But it's
well,
always just one day.
I believe in the angels. And you, are you familiar with Traders Village here in San Antonio?
I'm always there.
Okay, well, you know, Traders Village is really big, and I
Yes.
was doing a concert there, and I was singing there. It was a gospel concert, and I did my little talk. I was doing my songs, and this boy comes up. He's a big boy, but he was kind of cowering, like really shy. That he wanted to talk to me, and I started talking to him. He started sharing that he had been molested and all this other stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's telling me all this stuff, and I was wondering, well, why did he come to tell me this? And he said, well, because when you were singing, there was this big giant angel standing behind you.
Oh, wow.
And I felt I had to go and talk to you. And I said, so do you see things? He goes, yes. That's one of the reasons I get beaten up and I get abused. He goes, for instance, he goes, there's demons all around here at Traders Village. They're all hanging around the people. They're following them. Some of them are small, sitting on a shoulder, going, other ones are bigger, walking behind. I mean, it was freaky.
Oh, wow.
He could see all this. And he was telling me how he could see the demons everywhere trying to influence the people. It didn't mean they were, but they were just trying to do it because they didn't like the fact that we were there bringing in the angels and that we were safe because we had this big angel on stage protecting us.
Wow.
So I was like,
wow.
It's real. And, you know, I have no doubt in my mind. No one can change my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I've experienced, things I've seen, and things other people have shared with me. This is a short life.
Right.
We're supposed to live it to the fullest. We're supposed to make a difference. We're supposed to help others, elevate others.
Yes.
Life, it's going to be short, and our reward comes when we pass and get to be with the Father. That's the big reward, and I have a lot of people waiting for me up there. I want to make sure that's where I go.
David Torres says David Velas rather says Patsy Torres is a legend, and Puro Pedo Talk Show is here. Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi, Puro Pedo.
We love Patsy. We love Patsy at Puro Pedo Talk Show. Hey guys, let us know who you got going on so that way we can share it and help y'all guys out as well. Because you know the only way we can level up is together, guys. By the way, I was enjoying your show. I made a comment and y'all ignored me. That is not cool, guys. No, just kidding. It's okay.
That's puro pedo.
Rick Valderrama is here. Hey, I just want to remind you, take a little bit of time here real quick. Come and hang out with the Valderramas. They're having a benefit on May 19th at the BNN Sports Bar. That is 3705 Roosevelt Avenue there in San Antonio. They're having they're having a little fundraiser for Richie Valderrama. He's having a transplant surgery. They're selling barbecue chicken plates with all the trimmings for $12 a plate. They'll have raffles and prizes. They have $2 tickets or 3 for $5. And the servings for the barbecue is going to be from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock. They have DJ. They're going to be there. I know I'm going to be there, or I'm going to do my very best so that way I can be there. Yeah, help them out. Richie's going to have an operation that's very much like the one that I had, a transplant the way I had it.
Wow.
And just to share, my cost was $165,000 for my surgery.
Gosh.
It is not cheap, but it is life-saving. And, you know, Richie is such a great person. He's a wonderful spirit. You know, he's got a great outlook on life, and you know, a true believer. And so you know, I pray for him every day, and so hopefully we can go out there, if anything, go out there and help out, you know. And
more prayers to him,
you know, and prayers, keep him in your prayers. But if you get a chance, get yourself some chicken. You don't have to cook, right?
Yeah.
You know, get yourself something out there and everything else, right? Elvira Cabezos, she says, so proud of you, sister.
Elvira.
Great discussion. There you go. TDK says, I got it on video. You all heard her. Woohoo. Private cumbia lessons from Dr. Patsy Torres. Dreams do come true. Please, no one tell Patsy what TDK stands for. It stands for... Buddy, what time is it? It is. It stands for. I'll tell you afterwards.
Well, you know, Elvira, that you just mentioned, she has that magazine, the Tejano Beats magazine, and they were the original Tejano Times magazine.
Right.
And they're the ones that had me on the cover, and she's doing some beautiful covers and some wonderful articles in that magazine. So you need to check out their website.
There you go, Elvira. Give us some more information. Give me some information so I can share it with you. Maybe you could put somebody on like me on your. No, just kidding.
Yes, I mean,
no, of course not. Who am I? I'm just some dude from Vancouver, Texas. I'm nobody special. Are you kidding me?
Please.
Hi, Hi, everyone. Thank you, Patsy, for proclaiming your faith publicly. Bobby Castaneda from California joining us.
Hi,
Thank
Bobby.
you very much,
Yes.
Bobby. TDK says, shout out to Music Beat Tejano Rhythm Magazine. Yeah,
There you go.
there you go. And let us know
Yes.
when we can see it, where we can see it, all that information. Put it down in the comments so that way we can share it.
Yes,
We'd be glad to share that information.
In fact, this Saturday, which is in 2 days. Yeah, I'm going to be at Del Bravo Record Shop, and I'll be out there signing autographs and signing the new album. And I think Elvira's going to try to get out there with the magazine also.
Don't we have something on that?
We do. We have an autograph signing Saturday, May 5th. It has you here at Janie's Record Shop.
Well, May 18th.
May 18th. This is May 18th. This is not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday.
This is Janie's, but I'll be at Del Bravo this Saturday.
Del Bravo this Saturday, but the following Saturday, I mean, the next week, just remember next week, autograph signing Patsy Torres. Saturday, May 18th, there, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, Janie's Record Shop at 1012 Bandera Road in San Antonio. Music Beat Tejano Rhythm Magazine. There it is, right there. You can let them know so that way they'll know that you're going to be there, and also they have a phone number there. And you know what? I made it real easy for you, so that way if you want to go ahead and get a hold of them, there it is in the crawler right there.
It's a really, really good quality magazine. I mean, they take beautiful pictures.
That cover photo, you look beautiful on that cover photo.
Well, the inside too, they have it's really good quality. I mean, it's a magazine. It's not paper. It's all glossy, really nice.
I love magazines. Like, I'm so tired of everything digital. Like, I want to hold something, you know?
Yeah, the tangibility of holding something. You know, I used to have Tejano Times, the newspaper.
That was hers.
No.
She did. Oh, you had one too?
Back in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, that was my newspaper. I had a distribution of 30,000.
That's when she had her Tejano Times too.
I had 30,000 circulation and it was from Lubbock, Texas to Odessa, Midland, Big Spring, San Angelo, Abilene, 30,000 each city.
It seems like people are wanting to go back to the physical things that they can hold and save, and instead of this computer thing, or it's like the kids want records now. And they're trying to they were trying to phase out all this stuff and put everything on flash drives and digital, but people are like, no, I want a CD, I want a record.
Yeah, the tangibility is there, because I said something, and you've heard me say this before. You go to the shows, put this down. Don't be filming it, because here's my proof that this is a waste of time. How many pictures have you taken with your phone? And when was the last time you went back to look at the pictures that you took? You take the pictures, you share it, and you forget it. And then a year later, you're like, oh, I'm running out of space.
Storage.
I don't have enough space.
Buy some space.
I'm guilty of buying more space.
It's because all you're doing is just taking pictures and you're not doing anything with them. There's nothing to do with them.
Oh, I edit them and I filter them and everything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Once it's done, then they're disposable. But people are taking video. I mean, this Cinco de Mayo, Barbie, you've seen my camera. It's a $16,000 setup.
Wow.
And it's a 6K cinema camera to make movies with.
It looks just like a movie on his camera, like you're watching at the theaters. It's crazy.
And people are standing next to me. Here I am
with their phones.
with a freaking my lens is, I don't know, my $1,800 for a lens, and it's a shoulder rig, and it's my camera, my shoulder rig, and I got everything else and all my digital zooms and everything else. It's sitting there, and there's a guy standing next to me with his cell phone, like he's going to take an equal or better video than me. Right. wasting time. Don't waste. Don't. You know what? That's why I do it, so that way you can see it in better quality and you can get immersed into it. I have done this for years, and I know what is a good shot. As a matter of fact, there's a guy in Las Vegas that follows me. He's a photographer, and I met him 2 years ago. And whenever he sees me, he's always right behind me, taking pictures right behind me when I'm taking video, because he knows the angles that I get are really good angles. And
I love the stuff you put together.
Thank you.
Your editing too. That's another big part of it is your editing. Yes. I love when you do that. It's just, it's like boom, 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 boom. And you got to see it again and again. And that's the whole thing. You want them to keep seeing it.
Correct. Yeah, I can't wait for him to give me the video when I rode the bull this past weekend. He got it camera. I rode the mechanical bull and he got it on there. I can't wait.
Oh my God.
Yes, you did. I've been a little under the weather though. It takes a lot out of me when I do a lot of traveling like that. I'm still a disabled veteran, so I have to,
That's why I tell you, how you feeling today?
Yeah. Tejano Wave is very successful back in 1996. Elvira says it's Tejano Wave. That's what she was.
You're right.
I was Tejano Times. I was Tejano Times. Yeah. And see, my good friend Buddy from It's Tejano Time, he's the one that was he was like, you're the guy, because when we first met, he's like, wait a minute, you had Tejano Times? That's why he couldn't do it, because he was trying to do it using Tejano Times, but it was already under me.
I think you had me on there too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I sure did. Yes, I already told you my story, woman. You know.
How many months ago was that?
Yeah, that was a good time. Yes, very true. Very true. Rick Valderrama says, Lawrence Indio did my album cover. Yes, I did.
Rick. Hi, Rick.
I do a lot of
an icon and a legend.
Yeah, Rick is amazing. I love Rick's music because when you want to listen to harmonies, talk about, the man knows everything about harmonies and horns, that it is just classic. It is just so clean and so on point. I mean,
he's so approachable and nice.
Oh yeah.
Sweet too, because not all the artists are like that. He is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's a great friend. And he's, you know what? I did 19 music videos last year. 19.
Wow.
And he won't let me do a music video for him.
Why?
I have no idea. Why, Rick?
Calling him out.
I'm just calling him out right now. No, I think it's just that times just hasn't worked out. There's always something that pulls us apart.
Well,
there's one thing going
doing stuff too. It's just a matter of connecting.
Yeah, it's always time.
I love the stuff you do. I love it.
Yeah, it's always time. And it'll happen. It always does. And my heart's in the right place. It's just that sometimes it just doesn't work out, and we can always work on it, and me, I'm always here, Patsy. Whenever you need me, I'm always you call me and okay, what do you need?
Call me.
Yeah, that's it. And Rick, he's like, but we always have breakfast. This is true. Although the other day we went to have lunch, and I was like, Rick, bro, man, I love you, man, but have you guys ever heard of Chinese food or like Italian? Because man, San Antonio, all y'all want to eat is Mexican food. Like, you're all Mexicans.
We got the best Mexican food here. Or Tex-Mex, actually it's Tex-Mex, but it's it's so good here.
But y'all guys that's what you eat at home. Why not try something else?
We don't eat at home.
just eat something else.
Me and my microwave, that's all I do.
Yeah, right.
No, but that's true. Like when I go out, I want to go to Vietnamese food or Thai food. I like a lot of Asian food when I go out, Yeah.
I it's just funny because they're like that, but I mean, like when I'm with Monica Saldivar, she always has that Taco Palenque, man. That's her place.
I do like that. I don't know.
And I'm like, Hi, woman. No,
I'm
I
telling
get
you,
it.
we've got so
I
many
get it.
good restaurants, and we have the good variety restaurants. We've good Indian and Vietnamese
Oh
and,
yeah.
and Mediterranean,
This is
sushi. I
Ooh, I
mean,
like Mediterranean.
Rick,
you name
Rick,
it, I like it all.
Rick says we went to Perry's and Bob's Steakhouse the last few times,
Ooh.
and this is true.
Yeah. Mm,
Perry's was
mm.
wow.
Yeah.
But
Hey, what about Tamagacho?
I
no,
haven't gone there yet. I
Brazilian
haven't gone there yet.
steakhouse,
Yeah, I haven't
all you
gone
can
there yet.
eat.
Mhm.
no, I'm not. Now Bob's Steakhouse, I think if I were to rate the two, Perry's is bar none better as far as service is concerned.
Mm.
They really take care of you service wise. But Bob's Steakhouse, I think their selection of meat was better.
Mm.
I had the food to me was better at
Have
Bob's.
you gone to the Brazilian one, the one that it's all you can eat?
Mm-mm.
Oh
I,
Yeah,
no.
I
I
haven't gone
I
there
don't
yet.
eat that much anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
I
same.
don't.
That's why it's like going to be a waste of money for me.
Yeah.
Man, but the meats, they've got the meats.
They got the meats.
Where is that from? What?
Hey,
That's from Arby's.
we've been all around the
Arby's.
world except for talking about your music.
I know, right?
Well, I'm going to be releasing another single.
Yes.
That's what we're going to be doing the video on.
Uh-huh.
I'm still writing the storyboard because I've got this thing in my mind to do it, but I'm trying to arrange it. It's going to be kind of a little bit complicated the way I want to do it, but we're going to do it, and I'm looking forward to releasing it. What else? Well, and the new music that I'm writing also, and another thing I was going to mention was last week we did a special celebration for life for a very dear friend of mine that passed away. He was a drummer, Bugs
Mhm.
Garza. I don't know if you
I
knew
saw
him.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and my band and I, we performed for that, and it was great to do that in memory of him because we did a lot of gigs together. In fact, he did my Beatles gigs when we did a tribute to the Beatles,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I was Paul, and he was Ringo,
Oh wow.
and the other guys were, John and George, and we dressed up. I had the short wig. I had the bass up high, so you couldn't tell I was a girl.
Oh no.
And people didn't know it was me.
Yeah.
They thought it was a guy up there. I was dressed in the suit, the wig, the whole bit.
Oh
And that's
wow.
the kind of crazy stuff we would do. It was fun. And he looked great as Ringo. He
Yeah.
looked great. We were all in the black suits with the black ties and the little
And she
bobs.
loves me, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did that
She
one.
loves me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
really cool. We were talking like that.
Right. I want to go home. That's
was
what
like-
I want to do.
I'm Paul.
It's-
I'm the cute one.
That's right. My name is Paul. I like to play the bass.
Yeah, I guess the music it's something that I love doing. I enjoy it, and that's why in the beginning I felt guilty because we talked about I wanted to be a medical doctor. I was getting my degree. My first degree was in science. I was wanted to do pre-med, and then the music took over. And for the longest time, I kept fighting it because no, I want to be a doctor. I want to heal. I want to make a difference. And when my grandfather, the doctor, told me, go ahead. I think you should sing. And even then, I still felt guilty. I felt like, but this is so different. I mean, I should be there studying because I wanted to be a pediatrician in particular. Am I doing the wrong thing? But I finally embraced it because I realized this is something God wanted me to do this because I can reach more people like this than what you see you see your doctor for 10 minutes, maybe, they run in, run out. They have everyone else is taking care of it. And then they just come in and then you get the bill from the doctor. That's, that could never be, I couldn't do that. My grandfather wasn't like that. So I'm doing something that God wants me to do. Everything is in the glory of Him. I try to spread the message, but I think now, like I mentioned earlier, want to build up. We're warriors. I consider myself a warrior now, and I'm going to be fighting the evil. I'm going to be doing all I can to spread the good word and to get people to repent and understand that we have a God that loves us and wants to guide us and protect us, but we need to renounce the enemy. We need to repent. We need to confess, and then don't do it again.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
don't
Yeah,
do it again.
that's kind of the key thing is like maybe not do
Yeah.
that again.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Where'd you go? It's a phone call.
Oh, that's right. It's the phone call.
It's
And then
it's
doesn't it take you off and then they have to come back on though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
she has to come back on.
She has to log back
Rick
on.
Valderrama says amen. So
Mhm.
just one more time, since Rick is here and she give her some opportunity to get back on. So come and hang out with the Valderramas there. The benefit is going to be May 19th. It's going to be at the BNN Sports Bar at 3705 Roosevelt Avenue, okay, in San Antonio, Texas. The barbecue chicken with all the trimmings at 12 for $12. Raffle prizes, $2 per ticket, 3 tickets for $5. Serving the you can pick up the plates. It's going to be from 11 to 4. So you can pick them up there. Hey, welcome back, Patsy. You can pick up the.
I don't know what happened.
I was like, you probably got a phone call or something.
Yes, I got a phone call. When I
Yeah.
stopped it, then I couldn't hear you anymore.
Yeah.
And then I
It's-
pushed something else, and boom, I was gone.
Yeah, it's okay. It's serving from 11 to 4, and there's going to be a DJ there. So every little bit helps. So come on out. The Valderrama brothers, once again, it's a benefit for them for May 19th. So make it a point, man. Help your, you know what? Do a little bit. It's just a little bit of help. Anything is helping. I have always made it a point to try to be nice to people and say hello and give a smile, because a smile doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
A hello doesn't cost you anything. And you don't know if maybe that day, that was what they needed to have a good day, to turn their really crappy day around, to have a good day, And so you'd be surprised how much a smile or a hello or opening the door for someone
Oh yeah.
or a compliment can help lift their day. And if we were all, my grandfather would say, the world is full of people, but there are very few humans. So be human to each other. And if we were just more human, and admit ourselves as equals, as opposed to I'm over here and you're over there. You're not part of me because you don't wear the cool hats like I do, that kind of stuff.
Well, our country's never been as divided as it is now. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's because of ignorance, though. I think that's
It's ignorance. It's fear.
Yeah,
it's prejudiced.
Prejudice and animosity. I say we live in an age of ignorance and apathy, and that's the unfortunate part. There are people that just don't know because they don't want to know, and then there's people that know that don't care.
Well, there's also people that want to blame someone for whatever misfortune they have.
Correct.
They don't want to take responsibility for whatever is happening to them. They want, it's because of the immigrants or the Chinese or the Jews, or they want to blame somebody. They don't want to take responsibility.
Yeah.
They took a certain path, and that's where they are, and that's why they're there. But they need to blame somebody. Like, it's not them. That's another characteristic of those people, and they're very unhappy people.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's very prevalent in your music. Had noticias falsas, which
Yeah.
I really do like that way.
Thank
Hey,
you.
why don't we go ahead and take a listen real quick though to
Sure.
Vive con Ganas,
Mhm.
because it's a great song. It's
Thank
obviously
you.
on the radio because it's always on my radio because I
Thank
always
you.
play your music. You know that. And so let's go ahead and take a listen. This is
Yes.
your current single right now, Vive con
That's right.
Ganas. Pay close attention because she does mention the Almighty in this song.
Of course.
And this is a great song. It's a pick me up and put me down kind of song. So, and TDK, take a listen because you're gonna be boogieing to this song. It goes like this.
Right?
That is the Dr. Patsy Torres
Thank you.
and the Barbie Chicken. I'm NDO right here on Cubo Radio.
Todos, todos a bailar cumbia, pero con ganas. ¡Ay! entender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Ay, 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 ay. ¡Échale! Nunca te rindas hasta el último aliento. Ten compasión y fe y agradecimiento. Cada día es un regalo del Señor. Solo tienes que creer y vas a comprender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Todos cantan conmigo. ¡Ganas! Vamos a cantar. Con ganas. Vamos a gozar. Con ganas. Vamos a bailar. Con ganas. Vamos a celebrar. Vamos a vivir. Con ganas. Vamos a compartir. Con ganas. Vamos a reír y sobrevivir. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas.
Yay! There we are. That's better. You need to pull your video down just a little bit, sweetheart. There you go. There we go. Just like that. So yeah, Vive con ganas. Love the song. It's
Me too.
catchy, and everything else. It's very upbeat, you know. And you know what? You released your melody of your hits not too long ago, several months ago actually, and you did them in the same key that you released them
The medley, yes.
the medley in. And this song is in that key, and you're like, woman, your voice doesn't change either. What's the deal? You know, because there's very few people that they don't have to, you know. I know, because like at the Cinco de Mayo celebration, you know, Roberto Polido was up there. He's singing, you know, he's singing Flecha Envenenada, and you know he's up there in that key of E, you know, and I'm like, dude, you gotta bring that down because you can't hit that key anymore, you know.
Well, remember when I started singing, I wasn't a singer. I had no experience. I was a trumpet player, so in the beginning, I just sang, and I didn't sing correctly, and I used to lose my voice a lot. When I woke up in the morning, you know, if I answered the phone in the morning, I'd be like, "Hello," or after a gig, we'd go eat. You know, like musicians always want to go eat at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'd pull up to some fast food place, and I'd like, "Yeah, I want a burger." And they go, "Yes, sir." You know,
right?
And then I'd pull up, and they go, "Oh, sorry, I thought it was a guy." You know, but then when I finally decided this is what I'm going to do, I am going to pursue music and singing. I took singing lessons, and that made the difference.
Mm.
And I always advise singers. I said, you know, if you have sore throats or you find yourself losing your voice, you need to take singing lessons like anything else. Get trained.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
and
your
that's how I was able to do 5 shows a day at Fiesta, Texas, singing, yelling, and then afterwards signing autographs and talking the whole time, all day long, and then doing it day after day and not losing my voice. And my school shows, the same thing, you know,
yeah.
hitting high notes and talking and, hey, everybody, you know, yelling and not losing my voice because I used to in the beginning.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I would tell artists. That's your if that's your instrument. If
Yeah.
singing's your instrument, then you have to practice. You have to work on your instrument because that's your livelihood. And we know of several artists that have gone. I mean, Roel Martinez. I had him not too long ago on here. He lost his voice.
Ooh,
Couldn't sing for 5 years. Can you
5
imagine?
years?
Yeah, he could not sing at all.
Well, you know, you can't smoke if if you're really serious. You can't smoke. You got to be careful what you drink. You know, don't drink during a show. You know, or right before the show. Don't be drinking. And there's a lot of things you have to do to take care of your voice. If you're serious about being a singer, then take care of that instrument because your vocal cord is a little piece of flesh, and that's all it is.
Hmm.
And you mess that up, or you get polyps on it. I mean, it can be damaged very easily.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was told that you had to tear your vocal cords in order for you to get that low voice.
Well, yeah, that's when you get the polyps, and
Yeah.
and because of that, the polyps in between they're like little calluses, and the
Mhm.
vocal cords can't close all the way, so that's why they get that real rough, that Rod Stewart,
Yeah. That's
if you like my body and
yeah.
you think I'm sexy.
I know. I was like, I don't. Nah, bro, stop that. Come on, baby, tell me so.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a raspy voice, and so I have to. It's hard. I have to concentrate on when I do sing. I have to concentrate on not being raspy.
You might have a polyp.
Huh? I don't have vocals. That's what it is. I can't sing worth a flip.
No, you might just have like a little callus on your vocal cord.
Yeah. Well, it was just because they told me, hey, you gotta tear them vocal cords in order for you to sing low. Because I wanted to sing like, "Hi, I'm Johnny Cash." I wanted to do that.
Hmm.
I wanted to be able to sing from my mom. My mom was a big. She was a big fan. Are you lonesome tonight?
Oh,
Mm.
So, I wanted to sing that way for her. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, but no, the song is awesome.
thank you.
I can't wait to hear what you have coming up next.
Yes.
Is
I want to release it with the video. Or I want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm holding off on it.
yeah, that's a good trend. That people have been adhering to is releasing it with a video because visually it's always a good thing and everything else. I also want to mention to people that you do have your website,
Mhm.
which is patsytorres.com.
I like that. PatsyTorres.com. Yeah.
patsytorres.com. That's the one that you want to get. But if you want, you also your Facebook, is the artist Facebook.
Artist one. Thank you.
The artist
Thank you.
Facebook. So if you wanna follow her, because her personal Facebook is kind of it's
It's
limited.
so
It's
limited.
at its
Yeah.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got its limits. So go ahead and if you want to follow her. This QR code will take you to her Facebook, her artist Facebook. So that way it has more availability and stuff like that. Felipe Leal, how are you doing, brother?
Hey,
Thank you
Felipe.
very much. Yeah, congratulations on your new equipment. Oh, look, I have equipment too.
Here they go. Here they go.
Wow.
This is one of my cameras that I was taking out there. So can you imagine? I have this camera up, okay, and I'm taking. This is a 6K camera, okay. So I'm shooting 6K video with this, and somebody puts up a phone.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So no, it's not going to do the same thing. So
Nope.
yeah. Yeah, they don't even cost the same, not even close. So that's why I was like, really kind of put it down. And they want to stand next to me like they're going to get a good shot. I'm like, please stop. Nice. Thank you so very much, Felipe. But yeah, that's enjoy the show. You're there to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show with your eyes.
Yeah, you miss a lot when you
get your honey bunny, grab her by the hand, and go out there and dance and shake your leg and get up there and let her know you still got the hots for her. She still looks like that 16-year-old girl that you fell in love with, and you hug her and close her and kiss her and hug her and do all that other stuff, and not too much stuff, not too
Not
much,
in public, at least.
not too much, not too much. But you can get as much as your body will allow you to do, right? Because Lord knows my body can't do much, so I get up and my body goes, I'm like the Tin Man. I got to get my can out. Yeah. So I'm glad that we no longer have beepers, because I'm a big guy. I used to have a beeper, and I remember when I was in the grocery store, there was a little kid. He sat there and he goes, Dad, look, that's a big guy. And I was like, turned around and looked at him, and he was like, shh, don't be talking about him like that. And then my beeper went off, dee, 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 and he goes, look out, he's backing up.
Oh my God.
The things kids say. Oh,
Wow. Yeah, the things kids say. That's
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
it's okay. I knew I was big. Are you kidding me? I looked like I belonged in the Macy's Day Parade, man. I was just like floating.
Well, like remember the Guess jeans?
Oh, yeah.
Guess in the back,
I know, yeah.
42?
I would never wear Guess jeans. Are you kidding me? First of all, they were way too expensive for jeans. And secondly, for me, they were girl jeans, They were not guy jeans. I knew guys that would wear Guess jeans, but I was like, nah.
I love them and Jabot jeans.
Jabot. Oh, no. Jordache. Remember them?
Jordache, I remember that. I liked it because of the horse. Remember?
Right. We're all walking down memory lane.
Yeah. Let's come back.
Yes. See, so I keep telling people that I was going to release my own cologne. It's that I'm going to make my own cologne because, well, Elida, she's got her makeup,
That's right.
She released it. There's a Selena clothing line, I'm going to have an Indio cologne, line. It's my first one is gonna be called Sudor de Macho. It's like bye minin.
We'll be like, smell you later.
Smell you later. Siete mulas. I mean, how are you gonna have I already have the commercial already figured out. It's just like
This man here nowhere and not take him nowhere.
In front of Miss Patsy, even. It's no shame.
We're all comedians now.
I know, right? I'm sorry. I get silly sometimes. It's just one of those things.
You should probably be on that show next time. I think they do it
For
every
real.
year.
Sign him up.
They do it every year.
No,
it's charity.
It's for charity. Yes, it is. But people would just laugh at me. Are you kidding me?
That's what they want.
Parachute pants, says Felipe. Parachute pants and Z. Yeah, yeah. Yes, that's right.
I
Yeah,
had those too.
I know. Well, I mean, but I was like a big guy when I was younger. I mean, I'm big now, but I was even bigger back then. I wouldn't go to the beach because if every time I'd lay down on the beach, they were like, people were trying to push me into the water. Hurry up, he's dying. You know, it's just like they throw water on me. I got harpooned twice. It's just like, get him into the water. He's dying. It's just like, or the bums would come and say, hey, buddy, can you help me out with the sandwich? You know, it's like, sure, where are they? You know, like, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I'm a bad person. I know.
No.
You ever have those dreams where you dream like you've lost like 100 pounds and you're like, man, I look so good. And you wake up in the morning, you're like, could it be? Could it be? You look in the mirror and you're like, oh, damn. I'm still me.
How about the dream where you're eating a giant marshmallow
Oh,
and
wow.
you wake up in the morning and your pillow's gone?
That's a good one. I joined the gym and they put me with like the guy who's like, he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's little brother, you know, and they put me with him and he gives me a clipboard. Oh my God. I'm walking around. I'm the clipboard guy. I'm walking around the gym and he's telling me like all these machines and he's like giving me the names of all these muscles like I'm supposed to know these ones for the flactoid. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely the toy that I want to work out. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. You know, I was like,
You're like,
no. You know, and then you get confidence. You're like, oh, I don't need this. You know, I know what I'm doing. I got into this machine. I start moving things around, and then the painter comes over. Hey, could you get out of the scaffolding? You know, you're like, oh shit, sorry, sorry, bro.
oh, we got him going now, Barbie.
I'm telling you, I'm just like this man here.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. Just because it's my life. It's my journey as a big guy, you know, because I bought Fig Newtons. You know, I love Fig Newtons.
Me
But have
too.
you seen the serving size on Fig Newtons?
I don't pay attention to it.
The serving size is 2 cookies.
Mm-hmm.
2 cookies. Who the hell eats 2 cookies?
Not me.
Mhm.
I eat those things by the sleeve. I have to have a chipper bag because of all the crumbs. You know, just catching all the crumbs because they're like.
Life is too short. Eat the cookies.
I'm serious. You would think the guy there was like maybe there was like 2 guys there at the print shop. They were maybe it's a joke, you know, and the guy's like, hey Bill, check it out. I put 2 cookies on there. Yeah, no, it's going out, bro. It's going out to everybody right now. Then see how many people like that 2 cookie thing. You know, it's like, what can you can't even fill a molar with 2 cookies, man. It's you got to have a whole. And then I did the liquid diet thing. You know, I was telling Isabel Marie, how do you do it? She works out, she eats well and everything else. And I told her, you know, I tried the liquid diet. You know, the shakes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people are always complaining about how bad they taste. I mean, no, you just put in a couple of scoops of ice cream and some cookies and those things are pretty awesome. That's how I like.
Literally after this show, I'm getting up. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream, and I have cookies with me. I guarantee. I will take a picture and send it to you.
There you go. Jackets of the past, members only jackets. I still have a members only jacket, by the way.
Oh my God.
Michael Jackson jacket with the 50 zippers.
Yeah, I have the red one. I sure did.
Yes, did you ever put it on and go, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm
I
bad?
did. In my room, I would dance with it. And the parachute pants, the MC Hammer, all that. Yeah. I was big too. I growing up, I was big. I weighed my most was 210 pounds. I wore a size 24. And I did actually lose over 100 pounds. I went down to a size 0. So it was really crazy. It was a really crazy journey. And you know, now I'm a little older, so I gained about 40 pounds back from that, but
You're
not
so
too bad.
tiny.
Yeah.
I'm little.
I was I didn't weigh myself. I didn't know how big I was. I was big because I was between damn to damn. That's how big I was. I was like, holy shit. I was so big that when I went into the Chinese buffet, there's like, oh, damn, we're going to work hard now. You know, it was just like,
They'll be like, we close.
buffet over, you go
We close,
home.
we close.
Buffet over, you go home. You eat all food. It says all you can eat. And I
That's
can eat
all
it
you
all.
can eat.
We
Oh,
close for
that's a
you.
normal.
Frank Newsom says, "¿Qué pasa, raza?" Little Frankie promoter, LF Promotions in Dallas is watching. Hey, what? Yeah, do you remember double belts? Oh my God, yes, I do. Yes, I do, brother. Hey, what do you got going on over there in Dallas, man? Let us know what you're promoting up there, brother, so that we can share that information. Those belts with the little, you had two belts. You had two so it was a big thick belt with the two things in there. You had the
Oh, I guess I didn't wear those.
and it had studs all across it and everything else. It was like, hey,
Huh.
check it out. Yeah.
I don't think I wore that
Most
one.
you couldn't put
Nope.
it through your pant loop. You had to put it over things. It was just like
Oh,
if
now
you were
I know what you're talking
if
about. It
you
was
were
over your
if you did the
clothes.
popping and the locking and
Yes,
the
I know what
dancing
you're
and
talking about now. Yeah, the break dancing, and they wore it over the clothes, kind of like hanging
Oh,
off
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
clothes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
that's
never
that.
wore it, but I remember seeing it.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I never wore it. I remember seeing it. Hey, do you
Yeah,
remember
tell
the
them in
hair
Dallas.
like this tall? Do you remember that? The
the
big
skyscraper
pony?
hair. The
Oh, I
skyscraper hair.
had that.
I
Oh,
had my
yeah.
hair giant.
Yeah,
All the
I remember they were
hairspray.
like, oh my goodness, you tease the cheat out of it like you're gonna get jumped into a gang. You put it on there with the long eyelashes, like the eyeliner like this, so that way you could tell the rucas, hey man, don't mess with my man, because we're listening to the oldies and driving to
I
the coast.
sure did. I did all that.
Hello everyone, Alfredo Rios.
Hi,
How are you
Alfredo.
doing, brother? Nice to see you back, brother.
Hello.
A little late, but I'm here. Well, welcome.
That's the lone
Yeah.
Mexican right there, right? It's
No,
the lone
that's
Mexican.
Junior.
That's Junior. That's Junior.
That's the
That's right.
Junior.
Yeah, and tell them in Dallas. I want my band to go over there and play. I want to.
There you
my
go.
band.
Bring it. Oh yeah, Frank
Torres.
Newsom, Patsy Torres wants to play in Dallas, man. Bring her
Yep.
up there. That's it. We'll make a good deal for you. It's
on,
an
Frank.
offer you can't refuse. It's gonna be a good offer for you, brother. Aquanet. There you go.
Heck
Aquanet.
yeah.
You remember
Aquanet.
not the pansy Aquanet that they sell now. I'm talking to rip a hole in the ozone.
It was like
layer
white with blue
Aquanet.
or something like, right? White and blue, like
the
white and
gold
blue. Yeah.
one, the
Yeah, that
gold one that if you
networking
spray
yeah.
paper, you could nail it against the wall. That's how tough that paper.
They need to bring that back, actually, like the
Paul
original
Mitchell.
formula.
Paul Mitchell. That was a.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember Paul Mitchell.
I actually got my hair cut by Paul Mitchell.
No, really?
Yes, I sure did. It was at a benefit in Dallas, Texas. I was at a concert. It was like a festival, I think, and there were music and everything else. And I was running sound, and the people that were doing it, it was for muscular dystrophy, and this girl, she's like, hey, do you? Because I had my hair in a ponytail. And at that time, it was down to a little bit past my waist, and it was just getting in the way. And so she's like, "Hey, do you want to get a haircut?" And I was like, "Well, tradition doesn't allow me for women that are not related to me to touch my hair." She's like, "No, it's gonna be by a guy." Okay, and so she's like, "Okay," and so they bring me up there, and now I'm in like a sweaty t-shirt and some shorts and some flip-flops, and they put me on the stage, and I'm like, oh god, great, and there's like all these people around and everything else. I'm on the stage, and then this guy, he comes over there and he's like, okay, so first of all, we're gonna, and he starts like snip, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's like, I guess that's cool. And I was going to get up, and he's like, no, we're not done yet. And I was like, okay. And so this other guy, he comes out, and he's got this big belt with all these scissors and everything else. And he comes out there and snip. And then I pay my $20. It was a $20 haircut. I pay my $20. This is like 2000, $20 haircut. And that was it. And so then they put the camera on my hair and all this other stuff. And look how vibrant it is. It's so well. And he's got such beautiful hair. And look at all this other stuff and everything else. And so I walk off, and then they were like, so how does it feel to have your hair cut by a millionaire? And I was like, who's a millionaire? Paul Mitchell. And I was like, cool. Who the hell is Paul Mitchell? They were like, oh, like I sit there and I stepped on somebody or something. You know, it's like, dude, I didn't call him a black midget or anything. I just don't know who the hell Paul Mitchell is, man. And then they were like, Paul Mitchell from like the hair products. And I was like, good to know. I got to get to work. And that was it. And then, you know, later on, I was like, who the hell is Paul Mitchell? And then I was like, oh, check it out. That's his name there. And then I would tell people, yeah, I got my hair cut by that guy. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't know who he was. So, but I would do weird stuff like that. Frank says, I will talk to her. Call me tomorrow, Dr. Patsy. There's the telephone number. I will send it to you.
About what?
About shows in Dallas.
In Dallas.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic.
but yeah, no, Paul Mitchell cut my hair. So, and I didn't know who he was. Not that, because I don't travel in those circles and I really don't care. I had my hair growing for like years by, you know, so, and hair care products was like soap, like, you know, oh my gosh, your hair is so shiny. What do you use? Zest. What? Yeah, Zest. Soap. That's it. Nothing special, just soap, you know. Sometimes you just don't need anything else other than that, you know, because people make too much out of it's. Got to have the scent. It's got to smell like flowers, and it's got to take you like little angels and take you. No, it doesn't. It's not. It's not like. It's like people that get tattoos. It doesn't even make sense to me. That get these, you know, especially women that get tattoos in places they shouldn't get tattoos. You know, it's like, you know, oh my gosh, Lawrence, look, it's a little butterfly right here. And so when I dance the cumbias, it looks like it's flying. Yeah. Ooh. Well, you're 20. And when you're 65, it's going to look like a retarded giraffe because gravity's going to change your body. So
Lord.
it's like, right now, it's like, but you know, in 60, when you're 60, it's like, you know, it's like that.
What was the name of that movie? Something Buttons. What was it?
Benjamin Buttons.
Benjamin Buttons.
So instead of the butterfly,
with Brad Pitt,
to a caterpillar.
All right, it'll turn you back into a caterpillar. Hey, let's listen to another song. This one, Noticias Falsas, because of the fact that we were talking about that earlier. Noticias Falsas. You did this one right during the pandemic.
Yes.
In that pandemic era, it was very good. It was when I heard it, it was like perfect, spot on.
And the video too is really cute.
It's spot on. It was very spot on. So
yeah, I wrote that whole storyboard, you know, every little thing. And those are my band members. All the actors in there are my band members.
Felipe says, my sister cut my hair her first week in school.
Big mistake.
It was just
sorry.
It was like a reverse. It was a reverse. What was it? The business in the front, party in the back. What's it called? Mullet. Yeah. It was a reverse mullet, all shaved in the back and all the hair in the front. He was like, I had to pretend I was one of the Beatles. So
I'll have to send you that picture of us doing the Beatles.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to. So anyway, Noticias Falsas, and it's interesting. It's a great song. It's got a subtle message. It's not so subtle, but it's a great message. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it. This is Miss Patsy Torres right here on Q Radio.
Amigos míos, hay algo que debo decirles, aunque los medios nos dan información. La ira está creciendo diariamente por noticias falsas con historias de ficción. Lo feo veo en las redes y noticias y lo escucho en el radio todo el tiempo. Todo el mundo se está volviendo loco, por eso te doy mi argumento. No noticias falsas, ya no quiero más noticias falsas. Ya me cansé de las mentiras y amenazas. ¿A quién creamos que creamos? ¿Es verdad o no? No noticias falsas, con escándalos y las conspiraciones. Es un negocio de malas intenciones. Quiero gritar, no más, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas.
Y en más noticias, el grupo de Patsy Torres protagonizó un escándalo el fin de semana. Todo parece indicar que
Ay,
como todo el evento.
no más. Estamos siendo divididos por prejuicios y muchos juzgan a otros como un juez. No creas todo lo que escuchas y lo que lees, y solo la mitad de lo que ves. No noticias falsas, ya no quiero más noticias falsas. Ya me cansé de las mentiras y amenazas. ¿A quién creamos que creamos? ¿Es verdad o no? No noticias falsas, con escándalos y las conspiraciones. Es un negocio de malas intenciones. Quiero gritar, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas. Busca la verdad que no te engañe, en quien puedes confiar, mucho cuidado. Debes decir no más, no más, no más, no más, no noticias falsas.
Hey. I like the noticias falsas.
Thank you.
The Rosie Ratchet is what her name is.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
way, the Rosie Ratchet.
Mhm.
So most people don't know who that is, but
Yeah, that was fun doing that.
mhm,
And
that
all my
was
band members, they loved it too. They're a bunch of ham bones.
that was pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. You know, and it's very timely. It's unfortunate that it's still very true today.
Very, yes.
You know, it is unfortunate, but hopefully we can get over that with education. I firmly believe with education it
Yes.
will come to pass.
Well, the song says, "Don't believe everything that you read and that's tweeted and that's posted, and don't retweet or repost stuff when you're not even sure if it's true." Because I called out a lot of people that tried to post stuff on mine, and I checked. I go, "Hey, this is fake," and they're like, "Really?" I go, "Yes, definitely." Oh, we're
Yeah.
sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. I said, "Get
Yeah.
this off here."
I usually tell people that I read books, not posts. Big difference. Felipe says, "Great video." Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, and it's true. It's unfortunate, but you know, that's where people are getting their information from. You know, it's because it's convenient, and the fact of the matter is that it's not true. You know, there's this movie. Gummit, Civil War. The new movie that's
yeah.
out right now, Civil War,
Yeah.
and they're getting upset over the connotation of the Texas and Florida would never. I mean, Texas and California would never be together, and all this. They're missing the point. The point of the movie is that the movie is about how reporters go to report the stories. How it's the story of reporters. It's their journey of going to get the story. It is what they go through. It is not about the politics. It's not about the fight. It's not about the struggle. It is about the journey of the reporters. Because for a long time we've had this misconception of false news, but not all news is false, because I was in the news business for 11 years and I know everything that I ever covered was never false. I covered it for covering it, but people don't understand. They blurred the line. I always say, if it's a show, if it's MDO show, then that's not news, because that's a show.
And because there's also they have agendas.
Correct.
There's
They're
agendas,
trying
and
to
that
keep
makes a
their
difference.
audience. They're trying to keep their audience. But if it's news hour, then it's just news. That's all it is. That's generally how you do it. But if they're giving you a perspective, then that's a perspective.
Yeah, different. That's opinions.
Yeah, that's opinion.
Everyone has one, and
Yeah. And that's the problem. There are very good reporters out there that are getting painted with the same paintbrush as false news, and that's not fair. That's just like saying, just because like here in San Angelo there was a youth pastor who was caught in a car with a young woman, a young girl, and he was arrested for that infraction. That's just like saying, well, then all youth pastors are using children. Wait, he's just one person, but he's a youth pastor. He carries that moniker of youth pastor. So now all youth pastors are the same? No, you cannot do that. But that is the danger where we live in, and we're so ready to do that. That is why, like, illegal immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that word is used so often is to disassociate that person as a person. Yeah. Now they are just a title, and it's easier to hate a title than to hate a person.
Well, they're also calling them animals.
Correct. Because now they're no longer people. Now they're a thing. But here's the deal. This is the question that I have for a lot of people who have that mentality. Name me the law. Name me the law that they're breaking. There is none. You cannot arrest someone for being an illegal immigrant.
He's correct.
There is no law on the books. There is no law that they are breaking. Absolutely none. They don't go to prison for that. There is no jail time for that. There is no penance for it. There is none. But yet we believe this because it's what has been told. But there's nothing on the books. Nothing at all. So what crime are they committing? They overstayed their visa, which is against the rules. Okay. So they need to reapply. Now we have standards in place that will return them to their home country, but there is no law. The only time they go to jail is if they break a law.
Yeah.
Right.
So stealing is still stealing, whether it's done by an undocumented person or a documented person. It doesn't matter. Stealing is still stealing.
Or an American.
Yeah, or an American. Murder is still murdered, regardless of who that person is. But if that person has been here for 30 years, the only thing that will happen to that person is they will be sent back to the country that they came from. They will not go to prison for it. There is no jail time for it. There is none whatsoever. But we've been told, or we have the sensibility that is something detrimental. How's this? If they are working, in which most of them, 99% of them are working, they're paying taxes. They're paying into the Social Security system. They're paying into the Medicaid system and the Medicare system. They're paying taxes for their money that they're working for. but they reap no benefit from it.
Exactly.
They
In
reap
fact,
no,
even when they get the phony Social Security,
correct,
they don't collect it. It just gets put in the pot, and
Correct.
correct.
Americans get to use it.
And
Correct.
the fault of the Social Security, the reason Social Security is so underwhelmed right now is not because people are pulling money out. No, 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 no. The reason that Social Security is in a dire situation that it is right now is because government, during Ronald Reagan's term, we passed a law. We, United States, passed a law saying that it was okay to borrow from Social Security to help cover the deficit that Ronald Reagan did one thing. He
Yeah.
used the word to trillion. That word did not exist until Ronald Reagan became president, and that's a fact. The
Yeah,
deficit was a
it wasn't
trillion
good. It
dollars.
wasn't good.
It was $1 trillion. That trickle down economics did not
And
work.
we're not saying this as
No, no, no.
politically.
Those are
We're saying it
facts.
historically.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fact. That's a historical
Yeah.
fact.
It's
And
historical.
when they passed the law saying that they could take money out of Social Security, that's when Social Security started to fail. That's when Social Security started to fail. And now Social Security is on its last leg, but not because it's being abused by the people, it's being abused by the government. And when we talk about the deficit, who owns that debt? We do. We own that debt, not anybody else. Our debt is the foreign nations only have about 15% of our national debt. The rest of it is all us. It's all our national trust. It is all Social Security. It is all our debt. That's why we pay taxes. That's what it's for. We just don't understand it because we don't have the education, and we need people to go out there and tell that story
And to vote.
and to vote. Yes. Hello, Patsy says Linda Granado. How are you doing, Linda? Thank you so
Oh,
very
hi,
much for joining us.
Linda.
Thank you so very much for joining us.
Oh, Linda.
I just got a text message from Tejano TV reminding me about the Puro Tejano, Pura Vida Awards. That are just the
Oh,
resurgence of the
yeah.
Pura Vida Awards.
That's
I
going to
remember,
be in August.
yes, I just remember that they're coming back up, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I remember them back in the day.
Oh,
I went to
yeah.
a couple of them, a couple of the Pura Vida Awards. I was really more into the Tejano Music Awards, and that's where I met you, of course, and so that was back in the day. But all awards should be taken, for their value, and which is awesome to be recognized. Saying that, our Barbie chick, she has been nominated here for the Conjunto Awards. Yes,
Congratulations.
for
Thank
all the
you.
hard work that she does. She has show off promotions, and it's wonderful because you have to understand show off promotions is a great name if you understand why she calls it show off promotions, because it's her job, her her what her calling is to show off the greatness that is the Latin community.
Yes.
That's what she is. It's all 100% helping raise the awareness of the Hispanic community, and she does a great job. That's what she does, a great job, you know. And I'll be voting for you.
Of course,
So
I'll vote for
yeah,
you.
yes.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
it's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty proud of her. She's busted her butt, for doing what she's been doing, and she's working really, really hard. And she one of the things that we also talk about is that she does insurance, and that's one thing that we need to get people to do. Oh my God, because
Yes.
how many fundraisers do we have for people that have passed?
Almost every week there's a fundraiser.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. I have the luxury of having because of the military, I
VA.
have, yeah, the VA will take care of my internment, and they will take
That's
care
the
of
least they
it.
can do.
Yeah, they will. It's they don't take care of the headstone, but they do take care of the plot,
Correct.
and they do. We have to, there's steps that you have to do. Obviously, you have to call them, you have to fill out this paperwork and fill out that paperwork and everything else.
Mhm.
And which is kind of, my brother joined the military 4 years after I did. when I joined my SGLI, my life insurance from the military was $65,000. When he joined, it was 125. Hey, wait a minute here. What happened? Why do I get that deal? You know, so, but yeah, it's, and we had the same hazard pay too, so our same hazard insurance as well, because we were both on combat MOSs. So,
Hmm.
we had this extra boost to our life insurance, which we get to keep, which is pretty cool.
And we can't thank you enough for your service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. And to all the vets that are listening right now or had family members that were vets or, military families. I mean, what we do, that's what makes our country so great,
Yep.
is the people.
Proud
Well,
military families.
Yeah. And like I said, my parents met in the military. My dad always went to the VA.
mhm,
They were Army.
Yeah. My whole family's Army, even my son.
Aw.
yeah, that's my brother, myself, my sister-in-law. I have my brother-in-law. We have a lot of my uncle. There's a lot of military, but I was the first to go into the military. I was the first one to sign up. I was ready to go. I was ready to get out.
I work with a lot of different veteran associations and Wounded Warriors and Project Mend and a bunch of these different, because we just can't do enough for you all, for what you gave up and your families gave up.
Yeah.
And like you said, wounded.
Mhm.
And
Well,
I've seen some really bad wounded, and the Wounded Warriors have, some of them are burned really bad. They're missing
Yeah.
limbs. It's horrible what they went through.
yeah, the there's a lot of scars that people
Yeah.
carry. I know. I have a lot of you know I look like, oh my gosh, I look like a box of broken crayons.
I remember we talked about things that are like scary or hurt, and you kind of make it into a joke to kind of
Yeah, you have to. You
soften
just,
it. Yeah, you have. Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes. Yeah, so that's the
it's
comedian in you.
it's just, but no, it's we all have our wounds inside and out,
Yeah,
and but that's what we want. We want people to take advantage of the liberties that they have,
yeah,
like voting, voicing out.
Mhm.
yeah. When
Uh,
someone tells me, "Oh, I'm not going to bother," oh, I get upset.
yeah.
I get upset when they don't vote.
For me, the most important ones are the local ones. The presidential ones don't have as much ramifications as the local. The local establishments are the ones that really affect you. Those are the ones that are immediate. I mean, there's how's this in South Lake Carrollton, which is right outside of Dallas. Okay,
Mhm.
that school system right there, their school board has been the same school board for the past 15 years, and they have a 2-year term. Okay,
Hmm.
the people on the school board are a 2-year term, but they've been the same people for years. But they're right now they're under
Investigation.
yeah, by the attorney general, the U.S. attorney general, not the
Wow.
state, the U.S. attorney general for for civil rights violations, because
Oh, wow.
they've allowed discrimination, they've allowed hazing, they've allowed all these things against minorities, and they're a powerhouse in football,
Wow.
but the powers that be have allowed it. You know, those are that happens because of local people don't make an effort to fix the local stuff. And those are your kids. See, those are your kids. You should be very vested in what happens to your children or to other
Mhm.
people's children.
Well, what you're saying is everybody needs to get involved.
Correct.
Don't just stand back and complain or and do the victim.
Correct.
Stand up, speak up, vote.
Hmm. Yeah.
If there's something wrong, talk to a newspaper or get an article going. I mean, there's a lot of these TV stations that you can go and talk to them about problems, and they love that. The TV
Hmm.
stations love to do these
Hmm.
special investigations.
Yeah.
If you want to reveal something, take advantage of that.
But there has to be validity in it as well.
Well, of
Just,
course, you can't just
not,
accuse. You can't
you know,
accuse someone just to. It's got to be something that's real, that's happening, so they can investigate it.
correct.
Because at the same time, you don't want to get innocent people in trouble and make it political. It
Mhm.
seems like everything now, people make it political. Everything. So we have to stop that. Like I said earlier, we need to be warriors for the good,
Mhm.
Christian warriors.
The truth is out there. Gabe Montes says, "Hello, Patsy. How are you
Gabe,
doing?"
my friend Gabe. Hi,
Felipe,
Gabe.
Felipe says, "Hope to meet Patsy one day. Not sure if I'm the only one, but I get intimidated when meeting some artists."
You're not the only one. You're not
You're
the only
not
one.
the only one, and I've said it the last time that I interviewed Patsy that I have my Patsy story.
I
When
couldn't believe that. I still
when I
can't
first
believe
met her, it was at TTMA, and my job was to go and ask her some questions. I don't even remember what it was. I had it written down on a tablet, and she was there. She was talking to somebody else. She was being interviewed by somebody else, and so I walked up there and I stood there and I waited, and then she turned around and she looked at me and she said hi, and I went hi, and then I just turned around and walked away.
Yeah. Who was that rude guy?
I didn't ask any questions. I just said hi. I didn't even say my name or
I
anything.
know.
I just walked away. I was like, I don't know what to say.
Okay.
it's
Was it something I said?
right.
No,
It's Patsy.
that's all it
So,
was right there.
I told that story to Michelle Chow. I told her
Oh,
that
that's another sister.
she busted out laughing when I told her that. She was just like, she's a sweetheart. I was like, I know that now, but back in the day, I was super scared. I didn't know what to say.
And Michelle and we did that awesome video also.
Yeah,
the Poodle Party video.
Widow Party. Yes,
That
that's
was
right.
so fun.
And she's a sweetheart. Oh my gosh,
She is, and she's a natural too, doing in the video. It was fun. We had fun.
yeah.
I guess I'm a people person, because I wanted to be in medicine and work with people. I love talking to people. I'll be the one at the end of the show. I'm still talking to people, and my band members are like, "We want to go home," and Patsy's still there talking to the janitor, and we're cleaning up, and she's still there talking, and and the people are telling her their life stories, and
Yeah.
because I'm interested in them, and especially when people come to see you. I'm like, wow, they came to see me and they like my music. And that means a lot.
Yeah.
That means so much, and I love meeting them and talking to them. And when they share stories, like Bumper, you got to ask Bumper about our story.
Right. I will.
And then we've got our story, you and I.
Right. Yes, we do.
And so when people share those kind of stories, it's just, it's validating, it's really nice, just. Then that I made the right choice to go into the music.
Mhm.
It took a while for me to embrace it, because I kept thinking, you don't know how many times I was going to quit.
Yeah.
Because I said, I got to get serious. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor. But then I finally embraced it, because when I saw the lives I was changing with the school shows, that's what really did it.
Yeah.
Those lives I changed, and then even Fiesta Texas, when I was spreading Tejano music everywhere and going overseas and spreading it there, and I saw the power of music, and the power still is just in speaking, because I do speaking engagements. I just did one 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and there was a big response from that also. So
Yeah. And that's and that just adds to the fact that being a worldly person is in itself is a gift. So that's definitely something that is a gift. Roxanne Ruiz says Patsy is an intelligent legend. Love her music, and I also hope to see her live sometime.
yes,
soon.
yes, come and see me.
Definitely.
Got to get my band out there.
There you
Where's
go.
she from? Where's she
Where are you
from?
from? Where are you from, Roxanne? Let us know. Felipe said, "Don't laugh if I turn around and walk away like McLovin."
Right. Yeah. You copycat.
I love this interview, says Gavita. Thank you so very much. No,
Yeah.
we've come to that. She says she's from Houston. Well,
Houston. Okay.
there you go,
I
sweetheart.
need to go to Houston.
Like I said before, if you want her in your area, all you have to do is just go to your local promoter or go to your local club or wherever it is that you go to listen to your Tejano music and tell them, hey, guess what? I want to hear some Patsy Torres, because usually what they're doing is they're just fishing. They don't know what you want to hear.
Yeah, and request it on the radio.
Yeah,
Once
request
they
it.
start hearing it, then
Yeah,
they want to see you live. Yeah.
request it. You tell them you want to see them live, and then they'll make sure that they go out and make the effort, because without them knowing, they're just fishing, and
Yeah.
that's why they bring the same person over and over and over again, because that's what worked the last time, and they're hoping that it'll work again. So instead of having them just say, hey, you know what, I'm tired of that guy, bring Patsy Torres, because you know what, she's awesome, and she's 10 times better than that other guy. I don't know.
Well, I do. I have an awesome band. I really have some awesome guys. We have a brass section. Have awesome horns. The accordion. Everybody. They're good guys. They're
a full band.
Good people.
It's a full
and
band.
I'm playing my trumpet again. I told you.
Oh yeah. I saw that, and I was like, I saw the picture, and I was like, she's holding a trumpet. That was one of the trivia questions that I had. It's like, what instrument did she play? And people were like amazed. Yeah, people were like, oh, she plays an instrument. And I was like, yeah, she's multi-talented. She's not just a pretty face.
Well, I can play any brass instrument. So trombone, baritone, French horn, flugelhorn.
I used to play the French horn.
Oh, French horn's beautiful sound. I love that sound.
Yeah, I loved it.
I love that sound.
A lot of Christmas music I would play with the French horn. That was back in the day.
And when you hear them in the symphony, it's gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah.
I played it one whole semester. I played it in the concert band.
Yeah. So I did that, and I wasn't any good, but
I was good.
Now all I do is just stumble through the things and stuff. I never claim that I have any talent. I'm just this guy.
Oh, come on.
It's like my looks, when they were passing out looks, I thought they said books, and I said, I have a funny one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See what we did, Barbie? See?
Mm-hmm. Y'all did that. I hear this man all the time.
Oh, come on.
Something.
Yeah, no, it's just I can't help it, man.
You're gonna have the comedy hour.
He's a good guy. He's hilarious and a good guy.
Yes.
Thank you so very much. No, let's come to the time where you go where we're just gonna go ahead and pop out, so that way you can go ahead and remind people where to get your information. I just want to remind people there.
Yes.
Website right there. To get your music and everything else and what it is that you have going on. So let's just me and Barbie Chick. It's just going to be you by yourself. So say your thank yous and your wishes and everything else, and let people know where you're going to be and what you're going to do. Don't forget Del Bravo Records and also Janie Records as well.
That's right. And they're all good people. So you can go to my website, www.patsytorres.com. You can get my merchandise, my music. You can stream it. You can download it. And just to it's much better to download it from our websites, any musician from their website, rather than from Apple or something, because Apple gives us pennies on the penny, a percent of a penny. Whereas if you download from our websites, we actually make a little money. And all the artists need that. So that goes for all the artists. Right now I have a special. It's called the Vive Con Ganas combo, where you can get the CD, a t-shirt, and a tote bag with all the Vive Con Ganas, and signed and free shipping. So that's free. Also, I have my Facebook. Go to my artist one. I'm also on, I have Instagram and TikTok. And this Saturday, I will be at Del Bravo Record Shop in San Antonio on the South Side. and I'll be there with some other artists. I don't know who they are, but I'll be there from noon to 2. Then the next week, on the 18th, I'll be at Janie's Record Shop, which they're family friends. I'll be there on the 18th, also from 12 to 2. And with the new album, I'm happy to meet people and talk to them, sign stuff. I'll have my T-shirts and stuff out there too. So I hope to see all of you. I want to thank Lawrence and Barbie. I want to thank all of you that tuned in and made comments. Thank you so much. You don't know how much it means to us as artists to know that you want to know about us and that you support us. It means a lot. So thank you. God bless you. And I hope to see you all in person. Come up and say hi, and then don't run away like Lawrence.
Oh, wait. That was funny.
I've got a million of them.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. Carrie Karina, another beautiful artist there.
Yes,
Carrie.
hi.
Hey, how are you doing, Carrie? Thank you so very much. I was thinking about her the other day. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person inside and out.
We have so many beautiful singers, and
she is.
I feel so good about the future of Tejano music.
She's also a teacher, molding minds. It is a noble profession.
Well, then she can be an edutainer like me.
There you go. Definitely.
Edutainer.
Edutainer. That's what she is. And she's just.
Because we teach and we entertain.
That's like Cindy Ramos as well. She's a teacher in the conjunto music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I don't mind helping out whichever way I can. I wish I could do more.
Appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna be tapping your talent. We talked about it before.
I know. I'm here. I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here. Maria Victoria Perez says, "Hi,
hey,
Patsy."
Hi, Vicky.
And then Linda Granado says, "Blessings, everyone." Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you.
And Carrie says, "You're all absolutely amazing." Well, you're absolutely amazing, girlfriend. That's who you are.
Thank you, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And so I can't wait till your new song comes out. Let us know so that way we can share it.
I will, and we'll have to debut it on your show.
Definitely, and we are here. This is your house, and you can come anytime, whenever you feel like it. If you got some information, some news that you want us to share, spread it out. Let us know. We'll be happy to share it with the world and everything else. For those of y'all that are listening, if you know of a new artist or a new band or anything else that wants to get their music on the radio, just go ahead and send it to excuse me, admin@cubalradio.net. It only has to have 2 requirements. The first one, it has to be recorded in industry standards. That's just so that way it'll sound right, correct? Yes. And the second one, it has to have an ISRC code. That is for you, not for me,
right?
Because Cubal Radio is a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, BMI, CSEC, SOCOR, and all the other licensing services. And if you're listening to Cuba Radio and you hear a song, there will be an add to cart button. You can click on the add to cart button. It will take you to Apple Music, so that way you can buy the music or buy the album. I don't make anything from that transaction. However, because I participate in the program, I do get a discount on my licenses. So with that being said, yes, thank you so very much for being here, Patsy.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you, Barbie.
You're welcome. Always.
Carrie has one more. She says, "Patsy, thank you for being such a great inspiration to me and many others. Blessings."
Thank you. And keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to be inspiring the next generation, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And I'm so glad that you came back. And I can't wait till you come back with some more information.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
And to each and every one of y'all, thank you so very much. Barbie, do you have anything going on this weekend, sweetheart?
I just want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody, all the mothers out there. God bless you. We are blessed to be mothers. Hope you enjoy your special day this Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. And don't forget to vote for me. Show up promotions, that Barbie chick. Thank you.
Definitely.
And our mothers in heaven too.
Yeah, all mothers, both here and in heaven,
Yes.
And even the ones that hit you with the chanclas.
Yes.
Or the new chancla is the crock.
Yeah, or the crock. Just remember, look at a tortilla. Look at it like a tortilla. If the tortilla fluffs up after being slapped around by a Latina, you can stand up too. See? There you go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm
hungry
saying.
now.
Carrie Carita says, Happy Mother's Day, and thank you. And Linda says, Amen. So thank you so very much. Y'all have a
Thank you, Linda.
wonderful Mother's Day. And if today was not your day, if you had a bad day today and you struggled today, I just want you to remember that every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved.
And
Thank you so
vive
very
con
much.
ganas.
Vive con ganas. Thank you so very much, guys. You have yourself a good one.
God
I
bless
love you much. God bless.
Bye-bye.
We'll see y'all next time. We're going to leave you with Vive con ganas from Patsy Torres.
Patsy Torres.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Todos, todos a bailar cumbia, pero con ganas. ¡Ay! Estamos juntos para gozar de estos momentos. Hay hora de olvidar tus arrepentimientos. Esta cumbia moverá tus caderas. Hay ritmo en tu ser y vas a entender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Ay, 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 ay. Nunca te rindas hasta el último aliento. Ten compasión y fe y agradecimiento. Cada día es un regalo del Señor. Solo tienes que creer y vas a comprender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas.